Hi, welcome back to the Jimmy Dore Show. I am joined by Frank Conniff from Mystery Science Theater 3000. Hi, Frank. How are you?
Hey, Jimmy.
All right, that was a fantastic Paul Ryan segment we just did.
Oh, he is wonderful.
Mitt Romney's already called in on this week's show.
Yeah.
Got a lot of things happening. And now let's talk a little bit about Donald Trump, right? Now, we all know that the only thing bigger than Donald Trump's ego is Chris Christie's pants. Okay.
He's a large man.
He's a large man. He's a very man. But let's listen to an interview he did with Greta Van Susteren last week. And I think, you know, a lot of people think his bravado is kind of overcompensating for an insecurity. And I think if you listen, you can hear just a trace amount of his neediness. Here we go.
So, Donald, the Republican convention's coming up. Are you going? That's the first question. Secondly, if you are, do you intend to be speaking to the audience?
Well, they want me to go, and I'm going to be in Sarasota the night before, where I'm being honored by the Republican Party in Florida as the Statesman of the Year.
Wow, Statesman of the Year, and that's on top of being douchebag of all time.
That same organization named George Zimmerman Humanitarian of the Year.
Yeah. It is the GOP, and let's remember, the Republicans' idea of a statesman is any politician who hasn't been arrested in an airport men's room. I love how he's like, yeah, I'm going to be in Sarasota the night before. What a coincidence. Both cities are in Florida. Plus, I could just fly right over to Tampa because I have my own private jet plane, which I own, Greta, which happens to be mine, Greta, which I bought with a lot of money that I have. You can hardly detect my gigantic inferiority complex, can you, Greta?
He's implying like he's going to be speaking at the convention, but they haven't asked him. I think the only way he's going to speak is if they have an open mic.
Yeah. I hear they are going to have an open mic.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's go back. Here's another clip of him. He has more to say.
How about speak? Have you been asked to speak?
I'd rather not say that yet, but they do want me to do something very major at the convention.
All right, well, something very major. Now you've certainly teased us. What's the very major? Can you give us a hint?
Well, I can't. I'm not allowed to say, but it's something very, very major.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to say, which means I can't fit any more bullshit into this one sentence. Have you been asked to speak? Oh, something very much like that, Greta. I've been asked to not speak.
That's close.
Very close.
It has the word speak in the sentence.
Very, very close. They want me to do something very major, Greta, very major. Every night after the convention adjourns, the most powerful male delegates are going to need dates, and that's where I come in.
I think his hair is going to give a nominating speech, but not him.
I think his role at the convention is just going to be him hanging around with Republican big shots, creating the impression that they respect him. I think that's going to be pretty much his job. Okay.
But did you know that Chris Christie is going to give the keynote at the Betty Crocker Bake Off?
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's a big guy. That's my point.
He's a large man.
Yeah.
You're excited about that.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Okay, so but Donald Trump, you know, whenever he says, he just seems a little needy, a guy who always has to, they're going to give me the Statesman of the Year. And the Statesman of the Year lasts for a whole month in Florida, by the way. So, but you remember this when he was on Squawk Box a couple weeks ago?
I've been known as being a very smart guy for a long time.
It just makes me, every time I hear him talk now, I just can't help but think of...
I can handle things, I'm smart! Not like everybody says! Like dumb, I'm smart, and I want respect!
He's just Fredo with money. That's all Donald Trump is. He's just Fredo with money. Okay.